Boy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about this one here tonight because this man, for months, has wanted to be here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music and wrestling matters. And, well, his wish is our command because he's got a lot to get off his chest tonight. He's got a lot that he's going to say to set the record straight, especially when it comes to that most recent guest that was here last night. That guy, the Don of Combat, where he wanted to come in here and have some divine intervention when it came to this man. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about our guest and his tag team partner, the GOAT of BYW, the King of the West. And yes, that is Comatose, of course, from the Enterprise. We'll also talk about some recent stuff and maybe that TPW versus CPW war that everybody's talking about. And how about that story time problem? What about who? I don't know. 90 seconds? Yeah, we're on the clock. And he'll talk about that hardcore championship. We'll talk about a man that has had an amazing run so far in promo wrestling. We're talking about in less than a year, 21-1. You know, there was once upon a time in the wrestling world, this guy named Goldberg. Well, this man in EPW, time's up, undefeated. TPW, 12-1. We'll talk about how he's won championship gold in EPW. Most certainly, that TPW championship we'll get into. And we'll talk about that TPW Rumble win. And talk about who knows whatever else. But I know that this man had to hear plenty of last night's guest, the man that's in charge of EPW for now, the Don of Combat, AJ Harrison. And he has heard about his tag team partner many times coming onto this platform, Comatose. But it is now time to give our guest that introduction that is long overdue. And considering where I was just for a short while, listening to some rock and roll music from some rock and roll bands, I've got to go outpipe them and give them that introduction that'll not only wake up the neighbors, but it'll also formally introduce this man who is certainly not just a lover boy, but is divinely at the top of his game in the promo wrestling world. So, ladies and gentlemen, here on Sportswire Radio, the only platform where all music and wrestling matters, let's get this show here started on the number one level radio station that is Sportswire Radio. So with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one, Cable Sports Show. A man that sits on top of the mountain in the WWE of promo wrestling. That is TPW as the reigning, defending heavyweight champion. And the man that arguably is the lover boy that everybody wishes they can be. His name is simply put, the Loverboy. Dario Define! The champ is here! My friend, how are we doing?
Tom, it's been a long time coming. I'm doing great. It's not my normal title with me, but we got some things in the workshop, so we'll stay tuned on that. This is just a replacement for the moment. So
Well, you know what? I mean, listen, you'll figure it out. You're certainly going to give us some divine intervention, I'm sure, on some different things that came up here on a lively episode last night. And I expect nothing less here tonight in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. And I'm going to go right off the bat here because we have a lot to talk about tonight.
yeah, we do.
Loverboy Dario Divine. For those who are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you and TBW most certainly helped build, Sportswire Radio. Talk to me about what it means to you to be the reigning, defending TPW heavyweight champion.
Well, don't get me wrong. I've got a lot of respect for my future opponent, Elias, here defending this title. But taking that title off of him back in whenever it was, July, I want to say, that's just a moment I won't forget. I mean, when you're in an environment like bare bones, like we were, there's only so many things you can change, and your outfit, the way you talk, and where you are. And that's what really set me apart is I just changed my location, really set myself apart, and toppled Elias off the top of the TPW mountain.
And you've done this all really. It's funny because you've done this in just a short amount of time. I remember last year having on the platform a man that will be a topic, I have no doubt, Nathaniel Rage, and he kind of did the same thing. And you've done all of this just almost, it feels like all at once.
Yeah, it's been a very, very short time coming. I mean, quick rise to the top for sure. It helps. My second match alone was the Rumble itself. So
yeah, you won that, and you won that. That's why I said Goldberg. To me, the comparisons have to be between you and Goldberg because Goldberg, we know, listen, he wins the World Heavyweight Championship in basically 9 months in his wrestling career in WCW in the Georgia Dome, and you practically did, in promo wrestling time, the same length almost.
Yeah, and to have that comparison in such a quick time, it's incredible. I just hope I'm not killing any Bret Harts or ending some careers like that, but you know what?
I mean, listen, that might be the I don't know at this point what you might do, but I mean, and we know you're on site right now in the hotel and in the Czech Republic, obviously in this whole TPW CPW war, which was a big topic on last night's show, and I've got to talk about it. KSK was a big thing, and he's been talked about many times in this platform, and yep. I mean, story time with you, and we got to get into your side of the story because it kind of, in a way, shockingly united men that seem to be at loggerheads with each other in this whole TPW CPW war.
And that's what this war is all about is, it's not about us against whoever we have beef with in TPW. It's about taking that, putting it aside, and representing something more important and that we all represent. And that is carrying the TPW flag. And as you said in the intro, we're the WWE of promo wrestling. So we've got to hold a high standard. And I mean, I think the roster has done a pretty good job of that in this war so far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, listen, everybody wants to come to TPW. And, we know the history of TPW where so many people in the wrestling world, whether it's pro, backyard, underground, you name it, they've crossed paths and come to TPW. And now it seems like TPW is fighting for its survival.
I mean, survival is one thing. I think the Czech is just worried about taking down whoever they can just to kind of stay relevant. They do their own thing, and they put out great story work. And I'm not.
They do. I've talked a lot about them in the past. Absolutely.
Right. They do some great work. And actually, when I was talking to GM AJ Harrison about some of his selections for the EPW roster, he was like, some of the first guys he looked at were some of the Czech talent, like Hannibal Dolomite, KSK. I know they've competed over there. So those were some of the first guys he had his eyes on when he started that company up. So they've got some great talent over there, but to try and say TPW doesn't, I mean, like you got the Goldberg of promo wrestling there. You've got his,
and that's got to obviously make you mad. That's got to make you mad. This is you're the man. I say this all the time on this platform. I've been doing this for almost 7 years now, and in wrestling, I've been covering for 5 almost. So one of the things I always say is that the buck stops here with the man on top. You're the guy on top right now. You're the TPW champion. So really, as the world turns and revolves around you, sir, it means that everything in TPW, whether you guys succeed or not, you're going to be measured in all of that, and that's why this has got to be that much important to you.
It is, and again, like it means the world to me. And if I'm on top, it means the enterprise is on top. And I mean, we've got some things in the future we're planning ahead. I mean, I know Jerry's been getting back in the ring, back on the mic behind
Yeah,
the
Jerry, it
scenes.
looks like, I mean, listen, Mr. Harrison spoke a lot about him last night on
He has some
Sportswire.
choice words for him. I know how he feels about him. He's been the bug in my ear about Mr. Jerry Main for a little bit now, both me and Comatose. He's been trying to
But really,
pull
he
us one
focused on
way.
you
And
last night. That's a good point, though. And he really focused on you because he talked about the fact that this divine intervention, and he talked about the fact that you've been doing all the work, where Jerry Main's been just kind of, he doesn't want the smoke. He doesn't want to go. That's AJ Harrison's words. He doesn't want to go out there and put himself in harm's way because he knows that the end result won't be the result that he would want. And that's why you are doing all this stuff, all this work. In some ways, Mr. Harrison, the Don of Combat, implied that you're doing the dirty work of Jerry Main.
And to be fair, he has a little bit of a point, but at the same time, that's kind of Jerry's role right now. Jerry has done his work. Jerry's got his history with TPW. He's a former champion like myself.
Absolutely. I've met Jerry Main, by the way. I like to point that out. Jerry Main and I have crossed paths. So I know
that picture's amazing, actually.
Yeah, listen, you know what? Right? I would take the picture with Jerry Main over any of the legends that have come on because I got to meet him in person. That's the big difference. But the point is that, Jerry, maybe that's also a smart strategy. I had conversely pointed out last night on Sportswire, well, Jerry's a veteran. He's done this a while, and it's a smart move to let you and Comatose go out there and handle enterprise business.
And for him to understand that, I mean, when he formed the enterprise, at the end of the Rumble, I mean, he knew what he was doing. He picked the two promo artists that have now become the two best in the game. So clearly he has an eye for talent. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing.
And there it was. And if you do want to follow Dario Divine, our reigning defending TPW champion, please go follow him on Instagram and check out many of his promo work. And we know that it is certainly some of the very best out there, period. And yes, he's got that there because he went produce shopping when it came to a man that I have had on here once upon a time, Mr. Elliot Creed. We'll get to some people here in the chat. I think people are arriving late. I almost got tongue twisted on R because you have to forgive me because I was just at a rock and roll show, which I thought would have ended like 30 minutes ago, and it didn't start as well, but that's okay. But we got plenty of hard-hitting rock and roll tunes to belt out here with you, champ. But I mean, I guess in one sense, the intervention that Mr. Harrison was saying, though, he did say that Comatose never vouched for you to come on Sportswire. And I know you've wanted to come on here for a while. You and I have spoke here and there in the past, and this is really a moment that you got. Maybe you could make the case because of AJ Harrison, not Comatose. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, if Comatose would have come on the day before AJ Harrison, I'm sure it would have been the same opportunity,
So you say that Mr. Harrison did that it's all coincidence in what he's saying?
It's not. It is and it's not. I would say it's circumstantial more than coincidence. I think if Comatose had that same opportunity and I said, look, that's the difference. I could have said to Comatose, look, can you put in a good word for me? And I know he would do it. But where AJ Harrison...
But Harrison really made it forceful in how much he spoke about you, whereas Comatose has been a word to him. No, fair play. But Comatose has been on Sportswire. He has been a staple here for a long time. Comatose has been here. He's one of those guys, if you look at in total number of appearances this year and last year, he's in probably the top 5. He'd be up there with some usual names: James Taylor, Anthony Steele. Go and find a couple of others, and he's right there with them. But it's interesting that you and Mr. Harrison didn't come onto this platform because of Comatose, and that's what Mr. Harrison was trying to point out. Not that I agree. Listen, I'm happy you're here, and I'm with you. Regardless, you're here tonight, and we're honoring you. We thank you so much for all that you've done for the community and holding that TPW championship so proudly. But Mr. Harrison makes that point that you and him weren't here the last 2 nights because of Comatose.
No, and again, he is right. I think it's one of those things where, like I was saying, I didn't even have to ask Mr. Harrison to even put in a good word for me. He just kind of went along and did it himself. And when I was tuning into the show, I found out you had messaged me and said, "Hey, I got a spot for you tomorrow night." And I said,
Yes,
"Yeah,
and
I'll be
obviously
there."
that's what it was, and
Yeah.
we're here, and that's certainly a great thing to have you tonight. But let me ask you this question because also we know that Mr. Harrison is in charge in EPW, and he's obviously put some of that control, and he's been unhappy with another man that has been a staple of my platform in the past, Nathaniel Rage, and Mr. Harrison didn't think too much of him being the devil these days, and what's your
No.
thoughts on the whole situation? In addition to TPW, we're right now in EPW with the leadership of General Manager AJ Harrison.
He likes to sit there and say he's the one that turned the devil away. And I could sit there and say he's wrong, but then I'd be a liar. I mean, everything he says is partially true at that point. He did. Maybe Nathaniel Rage had some stuff outside the ring and whatever he had else going on. Who knows? But at the same time, as a champion, you still have an obligation and you still got to show up. And he decided to walk away. And it just so happens that it was the same time that AJ Harrison was knocking out the door. So, again, is it more coincidence? Is it more circumstantial? Or is he just kind of right about what he's talking about?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, that's obviously something. And, you also have won some gold. You have, as you had alluded to on your Instagram page, you are now the 92nd hardcore champion in EPW, and yet another championship gold added to your resume. And I have to talk to you about that. Elliot Creed is a man I know, and let's get into what happened at Shock the System.
Elliot Creed is, like I said in that promo, I called him fresh produce because right now he's ripe for the picking. He's at the top of his game, and while he's been doing so well in this company, it's you come up against a talent like myself, and sometimes it's just not enough, and you just have to live with that and let it sink in, and that's okay. He's more than comfortable taking that loss. I've talked to him backstage since, and we're still on pretty good terms, but it's just a matter of sometimes even if you're that good, there's always that much better, and that's just happened to be the case this time.
Well,
I'm sure other times you get me, but not that much.
You find a way and to win yet another championship in your arsenal. And I noticed that you and Comatose have something else in common, the Baja Blast reference, because Comatose, I remember him being long ago a big Baja Blast supporter, and he even turned me on to it, although right now I'm not drinking that. But I mean, certainly you and him also have that common goal to help you and all the promo success that you've had, which I think would put you now at what, 22-1 instead of 21-1, right? 22-1. I mean, boy, I mean, you might be marching on to 165-1 or whatever, 166-0, whatever Goldberg was.
And speaking of all that lovely lore of EPW and all that gold, it's great and all, but in that triple threat here at Sacrifice, it all could come to an end, Tom. That's all on the line. If I lose, my contract with EPW is done, which means those titles are all vacated. And
well, that's a lot of pressure on you because maybe that's why Mr. Harrison has been maybe somewhat complimentary to you on last night's show. Whereas Comatose, he was not as complimentary because we know EPW is on the line, and he doesn't want Nathaniel Rage to be in control of EPW because he is not a fan at all of the devil Nathaniel Rage.
Well, and that's a matter of the fact here. EPW is elite promo wrestling, but
yes, you are.
My goal and Comatose's goal here in this match, if I'm the one to win it, we're gonna take it over and we're gonna make it enterprise promo wrestling.
Oh, whoa! I thought it was elite promo wrestling.
I mean, who's in charge after this match, Tom? It can be whatever we want it to be. I can make it Tom Bryce promo wrestling.
No, we don't want to do that. People,
I can make it whatever I wanted to. And
you could. I mean, I think. Listen, I guess you could do that, but it was elite promo wrestling. But so you say then maybe that change the name, and then maybe that will help EPW grow even further, I suppose.
I really think when you put Elite and Enterprise next to each other, they're pretty synonymous at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
would agree.
undeniable.
So what has made you and Comatose so successful then together? You've been tag team champions before. You guys, obviously, again, everybody in promo wrestling right now talks about you and Comatose these last, I want to say, 4 or 5 months. And what has made you two then that much successful?
Not only did we topple the tag team gods and take off them Mount Olympus, but
Yeah.
we split the tag team gods up. They are a broken up couple now.
Mm.
AJ found a new family. DTG's doing his thing. I mean, we destroyed them to a point of splitting up. Did they have their troubles? I mean, yeah, but DTG couldn't even show up to the match because of the way we made him feel. And
Mm.
I mean, once Jerry Mayne handpicked me and Comatose, you put the three of us together in a room, and it was just like that. I mean, we found the chemistry instantly, and that Rumble win and that Change of Fortune title win. I mean, Jerry knew what he was doing. He picked the two things that could help them get closer to title gold here in TPW. And I mean, half of it's come true, and I've held on to it like I said I would until Comatose gets his cash in, and it all comes into fruition.
Mm. But is there going back to EPW? You're undefeated in EPW.
I
You
am.
must be thinking about that a lot.
I mean, I do and I don't because there's going to be the day that I do lose. And again, while my one singular loss, it comes in trios action. I haven't even lost a singles match in my career. It's a loss that I had to take. And was it my fault? Maybe not.
Mm.
Results came around. Rocky didn't say a word about me. Said Loverboy did his thing. So as for the other two, had some words, but that's rather here nor there at this point
That's
because you
true,
move
and
on.
that is true. And you
You
do have
know,
the TPW championship. And speaking of what Rocky's words were, we know that AJ Harrison, I mean, Comatose only got by him by a whisker. I mean, you want to talk about this close. And Mr. Harrison had talked a lot about that. We know the damage that he took in that match because it even went to his head and it was this close. And what did you think about that? What did you think of that outcome
it's
earlier this week?
this might be controversial,
Uh-oh.
but to hear Rocky say, AJ, I think you focused on the Enterprise a little bit too much. I think Rocky might have missed what AJ was trying to do. He had been in the head of Comatose or attempted to be in the head of Comatose throughout the week, and I mean, this was really the final attempt of saying who's really around you and do you know who your real friends are, and really kind of set that doubt in Comatose. And I love Rocky and I love his decisions, but I think he missed the point on that one. Granted, that's not me saying AJ Harrison should have won because Comatose got the 1, 2, 3, and that's that, right? But
Yeah.
I think in terms of what AJ Harrison was trying to portray, I think Rocky might have missed it just a little bit.
Well, I mean, certainly it piggybacks a little bit off what Mr. Harrison. I have to ask you, and we'll get to Mr. Harrison in a minute or two. But you obviously also said that there isn't anything that you want to visit overseas in the Czech Republic, and you were very forceful about that. Your story time promo, and I mean, what is it that you don't like about the Czech Republic right now?
It's not even that I don't like it. It's just when you think of the countries on God's green earth, you think of the number one, and that's the red, white, and blue. That is the true red, white, and blue, the stars and the
Yeah,
stripes, and that's America. And I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. When it comes down to it, it's not the Czech Republican dream. It's the American dream, and that's for a reason. We set ourselves out there, and we are the ones to represent. And to come from a place like Texas promo wrestling and represent such a big place and such a heart-filled state, I mean, it means
yeah.
the
It's
world,
a Lone Star state. It's just an amazing
right?
state. It has so much to offer. Absolutely.
The southern hospitality you feel in Texas. And I mean, if you go back to my earlier promos, there was a time I arrived in Texas promo wrestling, and
Yes.
Rocky actually gave me horse riding lessons while I was in Texas debuting. And I was just thinking about that is just for a man to go out of his way for his talent to make him feel at home like that. You don't see that in other companies. And I don't see that in the Czech. I don't know what they're
No, you
doing
haven't seen that in
there.
the Czech. So there's been no welcoming. There's been no anything. Hey, let's try the Czech Republic lifestyle. Hey, let's try some of the customs there. So you're saying nothing from KSK and company have been welcoming you in any way possible, I would imagine.
I don't know if it's the country or if it's the accommodations. I mean, the bed's all right, but the food has been kind of lackluster. I don't want to say prison food because I don't know out of experience, but I mean, hospital maybe. Hospital, that's probably a nursing home. We're probably
I
getting
would
there
hope,
after that.
let's hope we don't
But
have to experience that. My dad was in a nursing home, and I know what
but
nursing
yeah,
home food is
I
like.
think that's probably the closest comparison I got as far as my
So
American
you're just staying in
customers.
your hotel room. You're not even going outside much, and because you are the TPW champion, I would think that so many people would recognize you out there in the Czech Republic. But you're just basically staying in your hotel.
I mean, it's pretty gray and just dull out here. It's
Well,
not
this
what
time of year,
it's
there's a
it's
lot of
not like a
darkness in the Czech
vacation
Republic.
destination.
I mean,
That's
we
the
know.
thing.
Listen, we do know that this year, right now in November, late in the year, that very little light. I mean, it's
Right?
very little light. I mean, to quote Ozzy, we're waiting for darkness, and that's all it is. So maybe you're better off, I suppose. I suppose. But what do you make of right now that? And I'll get to comments in a minute, but I would think your tag team partner would be here tonight, supporting you and just cheering you on in the chat, and yet I don't see Comatose right now in this chat. What do you make of that? That kind of goes a little bit off what AJ Harrison is saying, and I'll get to his comments, but what is your opinion on that?
And I've continued to say it. He's just been or attempted to be the bug in our ear and try to stay justified in what he's saying, but at the
No
same
Jerry
time,
Mayne tonight. No Jerry Mayne. No Comatose. I mean, I
hey,
would think that these men who know where to find you would be here in solidarity.
it's a Saturday. People are busy, Tom, and especially a guy like Jerry. He's definitely into
I know
business
Jerry
endeavors.
works in you know where Jerry works. Actually, I'll tell you, he works in Union Square, which is like the epicenter of things in New York City. I get that. No,
Off and
listen,
on.
I mean, I could have stayed somewhere, but just you're the TPW champion, and we're not gonna certainly cancel on you. That ain't no way in happening. I will get to some comments, and I'll come back to some people because I think there are gonna be people eventually that want to talk to you. Zilla is here first. Thank you very much, Zilla, for being here. Want to say hello to our friends in the EWA who missed Killshot, who was here yesterday, the man you know very well, and Mr. Bang Bang himself. And anything you want to say about Killshot, another guy that is certainly making the rounds and has been here on Sportswire numerous times of late, is back here again Friday night.
Killshot's another decent talent, and I mean, to say decent, that's kind of an understatement considering he is in elite promo wrestling.
Yeah.
But to call him elite, it's not really my word for it. But hey, the GM makes his own decisions on the roster, and what can I say? But no,
Oh, now
Killshot
when
does
you
his
take
thing.
over, what you kind of hinted that you're going to rename it from Elite Promo Wrestling to Enterprise Promo Wrestling. That's what you said. That basically when you're going to take over, and you're going to maybe now, are you going to look at the roster? Or are you going to look to maybe see who should stay, who should go? I mean, is that something you're planning here on the EPW roster?
I mean, I'm not really an overhaul roster wise. It's not the worst idea. Trust me. Now you got me rethinking things. But I mean, I don't know as much as letting people go as trying to get people an opportunity. I think I'd rather bring more people in than what AJ Harrison is doing versus letting a couple people go. I don't know if that's really on my radar.
Well, I mean, listen, people, when they take over, they obviously, a new administration looks to
Yeah,
obviously remake things in their way, and
changes happen.
you would have that opportunity. Listen, we see it all the time.
Yep.
And thank you, Hubie. And yes, and speaking of people that are here, though, the owner of TPW, Mr. Rocky himself, and obviously Rocky hasn't been on Sportswire in a while, but he wouldn't miss his champion being here, and I could appreciate that. He wanted to say hello, and if you are here on Instagram, please follow you out there, and we would hope that more followers go your way. And Mr. Harrison is here, and he also wants to add this. I said that I would be here to support Dario, and I lived up to that. Dario, I apologize sincerely that I'm late. I'm also very sorry that Comatose decided to abandon you tonight. Another point that, somebody read my mind, and I don't see Comatose, but I see AJ Harrison.
And again, I don't know if it's a selfish thing or if he's just trying to further this agenda that Comatose and Jerry Mayne maybe aren't the best for me. But I mean,
But do you need them? I mean, look at you, right? You are the man right now in promo wrestling. You were the TPW champion. You have an opportunity to control EPW. You just won the 90-second hardcore championship. You've held tag team gold in both companies. You've won the TPW Rumble. I mean, the point that Mr. Harrison was kind of implying, at least about Jerry Mayne, was almost that he was a hanger-on of yours. He was almost riding your coattails. You don't need anybody. I mean, we see this all the time in the wrestling world. And you might be, he's just maybe opening your eyes a little bit.
And those are the exact words he uses. He says to both me and Comatose, I wish you would just open your eyes to what I'm saying. And at the same time, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, we've talked about my record. We've talked about my accolades. I mean, that's all been done with the Enterprise. I don't see a problem. There's no tension, at least to my knowledge. I don't feel any negative way towards them.
No, I don't think it's it may not be that there's anything negative, but
no, I'm just making that clear.
But the priorities might be that they have priorities out there for themselves and not necessarily for the man that's carrying not only the Enterprise, but arguably two companies at the moment, potentially.
I mean, their name can be attached to me, and that's great. Clearly, I can do the work, and if people want to see it as me dragging them along, then so be it. But to act like Comatose doesn't put in the work, and behind the scenes, Jerry isn't doing his thing, I mean...
Well, that's what Mr. Harrison's implying. I in no way, shape, or form think that necessarily, but that's what Mr. Harrison was telling in his side of the story last night on Sportswire. And I think there is a point that further goes on to give him credit or back up what he said, because they're not here right now tonight. They're not here. Killshot's not here. Jerry Mayne's not here. All the guys that were here yesterday that had to go out there and throw out the knives at AJ Harrison, crickets.
And, you know, that's... Like Comatose said yesterday, he knows I can do it on my own, and he doesn't really have to come to my side and hold my hand 24/7.
Well, that's true too. That's true.
Like you said, it's pretty clear. If I had to, I could do it on my own. But that's the best.
Yeah, no, you can. Listen,
at this point, I don't have to.
You're the TPW champion. I don't think there's any arguing that. No, I completely agree. And he ain't wrong. And there is Rocky. And also, this is what Mr. Harrison wants to further imply. Dario, this is what family is about. Supporting family no matter what. Look how busy I am, and I still make time for you. I don't think Comatose and Jerry Mayne are really as supportive as they claim. I think that's, to me, the whole topic of this conversation. And Comatose was on Instagram. He was posting tonight on his story about going into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame again. Now, Comatose definitely has proven a lot. He's done a lot in the promo world and in the wrestling world, but not sharing that story for AJ Harrison, not sharing that story for you, especially tonight on Sportswire, his tag team partner in the Enterprise, not sharing the story that, hey, go out there, tune in to Dario Divine, the Loverboy, the reigning defending TPW champion and new EPW hardcore 90-second champion.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. You can be as supportive as you want to some people, and they don't have to reciprocate it. And you know what? I don't even know what Comatose's background is right now. I don't know what he's got going on. I actually haven't really checked in with him too much.
That's a fair point, too. To be fair, that is very much a fair point. We have plenty of comments from Mr. Harrison. I'm just going to go to him because apparently he's going to just say them, and I think that's interesting. The truth is right in front of you, Dario. Please see where your true home is. I am your true family, and I would never steer you wrong. The U.S. champion speaking from one champion to another.
And it's not a matter of him steering me wrong, and I appreciate the advice, and again, I appreciate looking out for me, but at the same time, I think me looking out for myself with my brothers and my family I formed around me have done me pretty well so far. I don't really see an issue. And like I said, considering the only one loss that we took was when AJ Harrison's name got thrown into the picture, I mean, he's the one blemish on my career. Is it really Comatose? Because him and I are undefeated in tag team action.
You guys have won championship gold together. Okay, touche. What do I have to gain from this, Dario? I've never had a personal grudge against the Enterprise. I'm just heartbroken because you deserve to be treated better. Okay, we'll go to the next comment. Comatose has dropped hints on cashing in on you. But if it were myself, that was the Change of Fortune Championship, I would never have even implied such a thing. They are helping you because Comatose wants to cash in. Now, I think that was a point made yesterday on the show. And this was a topic in a different company on Sportswire a few days ago. It was like Anthony Steele, and he had an opportunity kind of to do the same thing in his company. And it was sort of implied in a group he was in not to do that. He wound up wanting to do that. But AJ makes a similar point in the sense that, listen, Comatose is the Change of Fortune champion, which means he has that opportunity at any given time. If you win by a whisker, all of a sudden Comatose goes out there and he pulls that trigger and new TPW champion, and all that work, all for naught.
And if that's the way he wants to do it and go about it, and if the opportunity arises, then you know what, so be it, and that'll be that. I mean, the talk right now is that we're just going to run TPW. And we love Maxwell.
Well, EPW also, you could be running also potentially next, because we know what's on the line there with the match between yourself, Rage, and Mr. Harrison.
And, I mean, if Comatose is thinking about cashing in on me, then he can think about that. But like you just said, ownership of EPW is also on the line. So if I'm in the chair, who knows if he really wants to do that? And
well, you know, that's why. Listen, I had made that point. As we're here with the TPW champion, and also recently new EPW Hardcore 92nd champion, the Loverboy Dario Divine. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally with all music and wrestling matters. If you're here on Sportswire Radio, please go out there and follow TPW, EPW, and Dario's Instagram page. But, you know, that was the point that, you know, I had made yesterday. And also you can, I guess, to combat that potential of Comatose cashing in, is that you can have some that stay and some that go. And if there's that thread hanging around your championship, maybe you could say to Comatose, if he tries that with that Change of Fortune championship, well, the fortunes will change for Comatose, maybe even being out of, hate to say it, EPW.
And I mean, at that point, sometimes what's got to be done is got to be done, but I don't foresee that to happen. And if that's the case, you can replay this clip and call me a fool. And
you know what? Well, we'll certainly we'll do that. Listen, Rocky's even saying it. Where is Comatose and Jerry May? I mean, you know, we're actually almost 40 minutes into the stream. Comatose usually he's a topic 2-3 minutes in. And Comatose lately, oh boy. You know, and that's the point. And that is a very good point. And there you go. Even Rocky sees it. And where is Maxwell Reeves? Well, that would be a different show at a different time. We had Caden Gallows on Wednesday's show, and Maxwell will be back on next month. But definitely, I hope you enjoy peanut butter and not jelly, and stay with us. But we're here with the TPW champion, but Maxwell will be back on Sportswire, and tune into what we had with Caden Gallows' episode, and hit the sub button for us. But thank you. Also, you know what the right decision is, and deep down, I know you will make the right decision.
The right decision is to stick with my heart. And right now, I know I'm loving what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is winning. And that's by sticking with my boys by my side.
You have done that. I mean, you've went through, I mean, the list of names that you've went through in your amazing career, I mean, it's tenfold. I mean, you think about what you've done here in a short amount of time. Yeah, I mean, look, the names you've went through, I mean, it's just, I mean, I would need a scorecard, but I mean, look what who you've went against. I mean, how about Devin Adams, a man that has been on Sportswire many, many times, a man that was here a week plus ago. You win through him. Jaheel Fireblade, a man that's been a recent topic on Sportswire. You went through him. There's this guy Malice. Yeah, you went through him. Yeah, he's a name that has come up. I mean, you've went through You've went through Jack. You've went through Jawbreaker Jack. I don't know how many times you go through him. Cadillac Jack. I mean, the list. Vinny V. I mean, the list just keeps going and going. Who you've went through? I mean, Nathaniel Rage. We've mentioned. I mean, you've went through people. The deranged one, Elias. We talked about him. You went through him. I mean, you just did that. I mean, your history's long. It's a long history, and it's a long list of opponents.
Rocky lines him up. I knock him down, basically.
Like Roman Reigns, you just stack them.
At this point, I feel like I could. And I mean, I'm just excited for this next match against Elias. We signed the contract officially.
Yes.
It's the last promo standing match, which means anything goes. And that's what it's all about. It's not about who talks the longest, or it's about.
Now, could you be worried though at that moment that Comatose decides to cash in right on you after a brutal and intense last man promo standing match against Elias? Could Elliot Creed? I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but I mean that's could be something in the back of your mind.
I mean, it could happen, and that's the thing. If he holds that championship and retains it one more time, that could be in the back of my mind 24/7. I mean, because he's right there. You want to talk about who's closest to me? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I mean, I'm the guy right beside him in the locker room, so that could be the case. And I'm like Mr. Harrison saying, maybe I'm just blind to it, or maybe I'm just too loyal to see it.
Well, loyalty is certainly a thing, and we see the contract signing there. And obviously, Elliot Creed is a man that we know very well. He's been here before on Sportswire. And
this one's actually Elias. This is Elias the Deranged.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. I get the mixed up. But obviously, a man that has been on Sportswire, nevertheless, and we see this contract signing, and I mean, I hope you're prepared for this.
I mean, it's funny you say that because going into the first match with Elias, seeing his name next to mine in lights like that, I didn't think I was prepared. And you can sit there and you can watch back everything I did. And did I tell you I was prepared? Oh yeah, I said I was more than prepared. But I mean, behind the scenes, that's a legend in the game, and that's someone, as the fans say, fight forever. And I mean, that's someone I think that might be my forever fight here in TPW. That's a man that I'd love to see down the line plenty more times. I think we can tell some great stories. I think everyone tuning into this next match we're going to have, this last promo standing.
Oh, my goodness. That is going to be just, you want to talk about a match here in a last promo standing match. I mean, listen, you have done a lot, but I don't even know how you prepare for this. And, against a man who has a lot of experience. And I've seen him here on this platform once go toe-to-toe with the guy, James Taylor. He went neck to neck with him. And this is a man who's done a lot in the circuit. And there goes Mr. Harrison saying, look, I even appointed Secret Service to make sure you're well protected and while you're overseas, but of course you can't see them because they're given strict orders to not bring extra attention. So you've even got protection. And that's from AJ Harrison and nothing from your comrades.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Tom, because after the show, I'll have to send you the official picture, but they did just approve the new design for my favorite AJ Harrison tonight. He was the one that did get me on the show, and again, I've had my relationship with Comatose for as long as we've been working together, but it's not really his responsibility to get me on the show. Like he said, I'm my own man and I can do it myself, but I appreciate the gesture nonetheless. And to repay that favor, a very important sign in America we all like to take pictures of and try to sneak up to is the Hollywood sign in lovely old California.
Yeah.
But I've just heard from the governor that they do have approval to change it to the Harrison sign.
Whoa!
So with enterprise funding, we're going to make it happen. And he said when he won that U.S. championship, he wanted to change the landmarks. He wanted to make them.
Did. He even changed the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
I mean, boy, who knows what next this man could change? The Golden Gate Bridge, maybe he wants to change.
I heard he was looking at Rushmore.
Why not?
Yep.
Well, he may want to change. Listen, O'Hare International Airport in Chicago. Maybe they want to put a little picture of AJ Harrison on there. I mean, listen,
The
you
O'Hare
want to
International Airport. There you go.
Wrigley Field, Fenway Park might have a little sign or a statue of AJ Harrison. He could do that now as the United States champion. I mean, he can do things that most men wouldn't be able to do, and now you're going to do the same thing essentially.
It's just I feel like as champion and as a locker room leader, one of the many we have in there.
Yes.
I think it's the right thing to do after he extended the hand and did what he did to get me to be here. So I think it's just the least I can do for him, knowing that's his agenda. He wants these landmarks. I think I picked a good one for him. So I hope he's
You
happy
know
with
what?
that.
In peanut butter, not jelly. You can see this match on the TPW's Instagram page, but also, if you'd like, you can see it on the Instagram page of Dario Divine. And I'm going to put both these things up here in a minute. Plus, I've got something for you I want to give you. So I do want to give you something here in a minute, which I'm gonna do because I actually have that opportunity now while I get to some other words. And please support TPW. And TPW just surpassed 10,000 likes.
Yeah,
This is an amazing achievement. And Rocky is doing so many great things. Rocky is training, we also know, to become a wrestler. He has been out there and juggling. I don't know how this man does it. Rocky has just he has certainly set the standard. And this is the company, the mothership of promo wrestling. It is TPW. We've had a great relationship with TPW for over a year, and I hope you join me in supporting them. And
Tom,
yes,
I don't mean to spill Rocky's news, but he's been training in the ring, and he's also training to run a marathon too. So he's been on top.
Yes, I did see that on Facebook. I saw that. Yeah,
he's been on his grind everywhere, man. And he had considered taking a break from TPW in order to train and do that. And he said, you know what? Instead of that, I'm gonna juggle both because you guys deserve that, and it's what we would want to do. And he's just been trucking along. And just shout out to Rocky, much respect.
Absolutely, shout out to the big old Rock. And he is the Rock of promo wrestling, literally, not the Rock to be Dwayne Johnson, but he is the Rock. Like a rock, he continues to go further. And Dario, you didn't have to do that. That is most certainly appreciated. I will do everything I can to repay the favor. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for, yes, good stuff to you and nice. And okay, let me share my screen, which I should be able to now before we get to some other comments. And I think I can pull it up right now. And that's the wrong button. Now I should be able to pull it up. Okay, here we go. Because this I want you to have because you've done so much here for everyone here tonight, and especially what you've done here in the promo wrestling world. And now for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage is Dario Divine Day. So congratulations, November 15th. Yesterday was AJ Harrison. Today it is your day, and it is Divine Day. It is a divine-like intervention episode of Sportswire because it was Dario Divine Day on all of our platforms, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Tumblr, sportswireradio.org. You name a platform, it's your day. We will give you the physical copy. I know it does not quite add the same way as winning the TPW championship or the TPW Rumble.
There, trust me.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, but we'll give you the physical copy when we're off the air. And we want to make sure that you continue to come back on here. And we'll do it every November 15th. Maybe we should just have you on here every November 15th, but we'll have you on here much sooner. But I guess then, do you have anything else that you want to talk about? Anything else that's on your mind that maybe you want to address? We've obviously talked about winning the EPW Hardcore 90-second championship. We know you're overseas right now and fighting the TPW, CPW war or CZW war. We know that you're fighting right now in a last promo standing match. We've talked a lot about AJ Harrison. We've talked a lot about the Enterprise. But is there anything else that you would like to cover that maybe we haven't mentioned, or maybe even address some people here and give them a final word or two, since I know there's one person in particular listening here, and who knows if anybody else may or maybe even would like to come on and, I don't know, say hello to you.
You know, there are three words that I like to say in a time like this when people think they're steps ahead of the game and they know what's best for somebody and who's doing what. I say three words, Tom. Chess, not checkers.
Oh, well, apparently, you know what? Apparently, I have received word that someone wants to come on here and have a chat with you. And
Bring
it's
'em in.
not. Yeah, we're waiting for them to connect. Obviously, we don't know who this person is, but we are waiting here to do that. And before we do that, AJ Harrison, the Dawn of Combat, would like to announce that February is being changed to February. I don't even know if I said it right, but I'm sure we'll see you here in
I
February.
don't even know if he can do that, but you know what? He's the
Oh,
president, so
I
you
guess
know
he
what?
can. I guess he can. But
he's the champion now.
well, that person we're still waiting for, but obviously they'll try to reconnect. And you must be missing Baja Blast in the Czech Republic because I don't think they have him in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed on brand with the pink. I went with my Red Bull, but
Well,
I
at least
couldn't
they
get
have
them shipped over.
Red Bull in the Czech Republic, right? At least they have Red Bull. What would you do
Actually,
without the?
I did receive a package from AJ Harrison earlier today that I haven't got a chance to open.
But nothing
yet,
from Comatose. And Comatose is a butcher. He could give you some of the finest meats. He could give you some of the highest quality foods.
But think about where I am, Tom. I'm on some random farm in the Czech Republic. I mean, I can just slay a cow myself and get the meats.
That's
Comatose
true.
understands these things, you know? He's a man of common sense at the same time.
That's true.
I think. Let me see what this package is about.
Oh, boy, a package. Oh, my goodness. Dario Devine is getting a package here live on Sportswire Radio. We were supposed to have received a video from someone on the chat to come in here, and that didn't quite happen. But apparently, Mr. Devine, in the meantime, has received a package. He's going to open that here, and while this person comes on the stream and joins us while Mr. Devine opens this, we're very excited. And please, if you are here on Sportswire Radio, go out there and yes, Mr. Devine, because the person that here wants to say hello does want to have a chat with you and has arrived. But what have you received in this package?
It's funny we had just brought up the Baja Blast. And
Yes.
I don't know how Mr. Harrison even knew this because that was the only promo I think I've included it in. But I mean, does the man know me or does the man know me?
AJ Harrison, how does this man do it? I don't know. He's the Don of Combat, and he seems to be the Don of Packages because he's found a way to certainly support those fighting the good fight. And I may be a self-made man with some money, but certainly AJ Harrison goes above and beyond his means to support the likes of Dario Devine. But let me bring this person on because I haven't seen this person on in a long time. And it's not Comatose. It is Rocky, the TPW owner and the man that is doing everything.
I made my return.
Sportswire. Rocky, welcome home. And how have you been?
I've been busy. Doing my own thing, training, running TPW. It keeps me on my toes. I will tell you that. But I've been wanting to come on Sportswire for a very long time now.
You're in fantastic shape. You look amazing.
I feel great. I feel amazing. I feel good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. How you been?
The last 2 days, huh?
How you been? I mean, Dario was here too.
Yeah. Hey, Dario, my TPW champion. I've been great. I tell you though, the last few weeks here at TPW has been chaotic.
Yes.
People are, showing up, showing out. AJ Harrison recently won the United States Championship. Dario's on a very lengthy TPW reign. It's been crazy, and here at the pay-per-view's 2 weeks away. Thanksgiving Throwdown.
Wow. Well, we're gonna definitely cover it. I have no doubt. We're gonna, I'm sure, have a throwdown or two. But I mean, what would you like to say to Mr. Devine?
He's been a great champion, a great TPW champion, a great World Tag Team champion. He's been on a roll. I mean, hasn't suffered a singles loss here at TPW at all.
Undefeated in 2 companies. The man, I compared him to Goldberg throughout the show. And what this man has done, I mean, he's literally done all of this in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, he's getting to that Goldberg streak.
It's amazing.
It's
and
getting dangerous.
He is a dangerous man. I've even received an invite that there is somebody here that also wants to come in and join you tonight. Ooh. And that is the United States champion. Oh, my God! He's got the same drink! It's a celebration of Dario Divine. Stone Cold used to have those beers. It's
He
the
knew what he was
Baja
doing.
Blast celebration. The
How you doing,
Baja
Roxy?
Blast celebration on Sportswire between
Hello,
AJ
AJ.
Harrison and Dario Divine.
So I know, and I apologize, Dario. I know I said I wouldn't jump in. Even though
Nah,
the-
don't you worry. You're welcome here anytime, champ.
I know, but I know it could be easily taken the wrong way, and I just want to say, I make the impossible possible, and because of that, I couldn't help but come and honor not only a good friend, but my brother, Dario Divine, the greatest TPW champion of all time.
Well, he's
And-
on top at the moment. I mean, so
and-
yeah, technically.
Some big words right there.
But
was
I
not
was not
top
going to
for
go in and get into that.
Well, there's nobody, and I mean nobody, in TPW that is on the level of Dario Divine.
Right now,
So
at the moment, I would say at this moment, yeah,
So with
he's
that-
the man on top.
I would like to honor Dario Divine and his day with a
Absolutely.
toast of Baja Blast.
Cheers, my friend.
Happy Dario Divine Day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, amazing moment, and I just got to say, Mr. Harrison, nowhere to be found is his Enterprise brethren.
It really does truly break my heart. I have no motive. I have, it's like I said, I've done business with the Enterprise. My only problem with the Enterprise is to see what they are doing to poor Dario. And I know that deep down inside, he knows the right decision. And in a timely manner, he will make that decision. And I will offer no pressure. I will sit back and I will allow him. All I can do is offer the truth and be there as a support and show him sincerely from the bottom of my heart that I am here no matter what.
Well, I guess that's obviously Mr. Divine. You can certainly react to that in any way you'd like.
I mean, I hear you, and like I've continued to say, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I could be blind. I could be blind to everything you're saying, and some of the stuff you're saying makes a little bit of sense. I do give you the credit. I hear some of the stuff you're saying. It's not just going in one ear and out the other. I'm listening. I'm hearing it all. I mean, when it comes down to it, you've been the bug in my ear for weeks now, a little over a month, I'd say. And
Yeah.
It's funny I call you a bug in my ear because my tag team partners just called you a bug straight up.
But you know what, Dario?
And a turkey.
But
A
you know what,
turkey too, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Besides,
I saw plenty of turkeys yesterday. I just want to say I saw plenty of them. Yes, we get them in New York City, and there was so many of them. And I saw deer on my way to where I was going originally this evening, and unfortunately, I couldn't get the light for it. So you just never know what you're going to see out there. Certainly.
But Dario, I do want to say that I'm not going to whatever the decision you make. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to lash out in anger. I'm going to show you that I am a true man of my word, and that I am going to be by you or by your side, no matter what. And I'm going to prove to you that true family shows loyalty, no matter what. You know that I'm a very busy man, and I still, I still make the arrangements. I can't speak.
You were here the entire night, the entire evening. You were here, Mr. Harrison. I
true.
gotta say.
I can't speak for Jerry and for Tomatos. All I know is that I can be here for you. But you know what? Let's move past that. It's not about that right now. It's about Dario Divine and
fighting for TPW hockey. I mean, TPW is on the line, and Dario is on site in the Czech Republic right now, fighting for the future of TPW. I'm sure you want to talk about that for a few minutes.
I tell you, man, that war with CPW, it's been one hell of a war. We've been going left and right, especially me and KSK. We can't keep hands off each other. I bought a whole shopping cart, full of weapons, full of all types of fun things to our match. And I think TPW has it in the bag. I don't think CPW stands a chance. My boys came up and they're showing out.
Look who's towing the front line right there. The champion. The TPW
Amazing,
champion.
Dario. I got to give you are a true trooper. You are a man. Listen, the buck stops with you. You're the man on top, and you are certainly putting your money where your mouth is, because you're fighting for TPW, and that's why TPW is in good hands. You are on top. I don't know if you're the greatest champion, but you're the current champion, and then maybe until proven otherwise, maybe you are. But what you're doing, no champion has had to do in TPW history,
Okay.
and
Tom, I apologize, but you don't have to say that out of obligation. This really is the greatest champion. And Rocky, I didn't want to do this on air, but I do need to talk to you after the show, because we need to talk about a first ballot Hall of Fame induction for this man.
Well, we can certainly we're giving him a day first. Let's certainly bring him back before the year's out.
No, Tom. I mean a TPW Hall of Fame induction.
Well, we're actually TPW is in the Hall of Fame. We're in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
we haven't had a TPW Hall of Fame ceremony class in a very long time.
In the Sportzwire Hall of Fame,
something that we do.
But TPW
well, that is true.
Hall of Fame.
Oh,
yes, TPW is also in the Sportswire Hall of Fame. That is very true. The first promo company to be in Sportswire Hall of Fame.
And one of my favorites. Well, my favorite right now. I mean, there isn't any other ones. Well, EPW. We love EPW, by the way. I had to slide that one in there. But we love all the promo companies. But
again, it's because of Dario.
And Rocky, and how about Rocky? Let's give it up for Rocky, because this man's juggling a marathon, his wrestling career, putting a roof over his head, and running the WWE of promo wrestling companies in TPW. I don't know how this man does it. I mean, Vince McMahon has nothing on this man. And
I hardly get sleep. I stay up till 2, 3 in the morning making these match cards.
I know the feeling, Rocky. I get 2 hours here, an hour there. I know the feeling, Rocky. But
you gotta take it when you can.
That's it. But obviously, I know all of you are busy, man, and I want to give you the floor first, Mr. Harrison, and then we'll go to Rocky and Dario, because Dario's overseas right now. I know he wants to get some sleep to continue to fight the good fight for TPW. But Mr. Harrison, can I pass the baton to you and give you some final thoughts here on a rather interesting episode here tonight?
Absolutely. And, I'm going to keep it very short and sweet because, again, I don't want to draw any attention and take that away from Dario. So I will just say that I have some major things in the works for you, Dario. Keep up the great work and continue to be the greatest champion in promo wrestling history. You are killing it, and I commend you for all of your efforts. Obviously, I wish everybody could be here. And you know what I mean by everybody, but I will leave it at that. And I am going to go very, very big moves because you did not have to do that for me. It is very much appreciated. And I love you like a brother. You are family.
And we love AJ, and he had his day yesterday. And next time, add me as a collaborator. But that's okay.
Yeah, we love AJ Harrison, even though sometimes he doesn't understand that the police role isn't real.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say no comment on that. He is the TPW U.S. champion, and he is in action here this weekend against a man that he wants to turn into a flower pot, who I have actually seen here one time on Sportswire turned into that, and that is the Anarchist Gunshot. I'll leave it at that. I like the guy, but
Gunshot has his hands full this week, I tell you.
Yeah, he's got his hands full, and I saw him one time on here, and he had his hands full and some, and we're not going to go down that road again.
Well,
Rocky, I want to
say, and Dario, please, I'll let you take it away, but I'm going to step out of respect for you.
Okay, yeah, sure, you can do that. You can stay in the backstage. It's fine. Thank you. You know what? We'll go with you, Rocky, next. I want to pass the baton to you, and I want to get you back on here within the next few weeks and promote TPW here at least once on Sportswire, because I think it's well overdue. So anything you'd like to plug, share, or say, I will pass the baton to you right now.
I want to say this now. I'm the only person that runs TPW. I'm the booker. I'm the judge. I'm everything that this company is. I'm TPW. I promise to give my time, my energy, everything to this industry. Rather, I'm busy with my personal life, I will always make time for this company and for the people in this company. They work their asses off. They show up every week.
10,000 likes. Congratulations, by the way. 10,000
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was very unexpectedly. Instagram sent me a random message saying, hey, you hit 10,000 lifetime likes. And I was like, damn, that means I'm doing something good. If I got 10,000 likes, I'm getting about maybe 20, 25,000 people, to view the TPW profile. We have an audience. We're growing, very fast. We're getting new people left and right, and so who knows who might be the next big thing next year or next month or in 2 months. Right now, Dario has been a great TPW champion, a great world tag team champion. Dario's been on an absolute tear in the promo community, and he's representing TPW just right. Same with AJ Harrison. He went through an epic battle with the former United States champion DTG. I mean, that United States championship debate was something else. I thought AJ Harrison really proved his worth here in TPW by winning that title, and I have no doubt about it that he's going to be going on a very lengthy United States championship run. I mean, with his character, I love it. It's different. It's something refreshing. Perfect. Everyone's different in their own way, and it's just, I'm very excited for this era of TPW. I got to say, last year and this year and the years later and the years coming have been some of the best years that I've ran TPW, especially last year and this year. It's been the most fun I've ever had. Getting all these new rookies coming in. Because we have a lot of the old veterans now. They're starting to retire off. They're starting to go do other things. And so I've been having to change it up. And I've been having to get in new people.
That's what I want. That there's this guy, this psychotic freak that's been going back and forth with Comatose. And there's even been some talk about, maybe him showing up. I've even heard.
So matter of fact, we just signed him today.
Oh!
Yes, we just signed him today.
For a long time. Wow.
We got 4 new people today, so they're going to be making their debuts next week.
Oh, I can't wait to see what the psychotic freak says in TPW. Oh man, I know him.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
He lives in an abandoned hospital. I've seen this man break into people's homes on this platform. I've seen this man get jumped on this platform. This guy, he lives in a jumpsuit, in a prison jumpsuit. I know this man a really long time. Wow.
I'm excited to have him. Me and him have had a bunch of communication, a lot in the last. I say in the last like a month or so. He's been asking me questions about TPW, how it's ran. How do you do it? And he actually joined earlier today. He joined our practice promo sessions, and he was taking notes. See that on Discord. He had his first exhibition match against Draquan. And it was very fun. It was a very fun time. It was good. It was actually good to see him promo because that was my first time seeing him actually do a promo.
Yeah, he's a big guy in the wrestling. He's a big guy size wise, and he's doesn't always have to promo. But now he's opened up a lot the last 2 or 3 months on Sportswire. He is just he was calling out people left and right. I had no idea.
And and he's a cool guy. I got to finally talk to him today, and very cool, nice guy. Yes. Another person that hopefully potentially joins TPW. We're in the talks is Justin Parsley.
Well, I know another man I know very well, and I would really
I jumped in his DMs today, and so hopefully me and him have been talking. Left and back and forth, and so maybe we can figure something out.
Really go up if you have Justin Parsley in TPW. He is, he's my hall monitor. So if you have him in TPW, that means like TPW has to be talked like every week.
Yeah, I would love it. That's something that that I want. That's something that I would like. And to have him a part of TPW, he would be a great addition to the roster.
He is a
I have no doubt about it that he would have a great run in TPW.
He would.
In whichever championship he decides to go for. We have many different options. And the bigger the roster gets, the more harder it is, to win these championships. And when you do win a championship, you usually go on a very lengthy run. The longest the longest TPW champion ever was Thunder Kid at 1 year and 1 month. So Dario's got some time.
Write it down.
Dario's got some time.
That's my record.
Whoa! Oh man, I'm fired up for TPW. Listen, TPW's always making news. TPW's always making moves, and Rocky continues to do that. And please, before we let the champ get his final words, please follow TPW. Seriously, follow TPW. And to hear the Psychotic Freak is in TPW and maybe Justin Parsley, I'll tell you what, I would love to. I have said Justin Parsley for a long time in TPW would be something I'd like to see. And,
Me too. I would love it too. I
you
was
and I have
watching some of
talked
his
about it.
wrestling work the other day.
Yes. Oh, he's let me tell you, Justin Parsley is one of the guys in the underground. I look at him as like the measuring stick. He has been a staple on my platform for a long time. So I would love to see. Listen, Freakin' and Parsley, they've probably been coming on Sportswire for almost the same time. I've known both men for, well over 2 years, and here we go. And that's great
That
stuff.
could potentially be a tag team.
You know what? They both have issues with Comatose, so yeah. You know what? They both have issues with Comatose.
Could potentially be a tag team.
They both have issues with Comatose. Yeah. All right.
The opportunities are endless here. I'm always making sure I'm making the right moves for TPW. I'm always constantly looking at the bigger picture, never the short picture. Never the short.
That's why I'm not in the promo world. That's why I defer to you, Rocky, because you are the best, and we love you. And I am so happy you're here with us, and I can't wait to talk about those names. And please follow TPW and all the great things TPW has to offer. Champ, wow, you definitely have delivered, and you got some competition. But until then, I'm going to give you the last word, because I know you're busy right now in the Czech Republic. Congratulations on holding gold here in TPW and elsewhere. An amazing run. And you said it here that you're going to break that record. You're going to be the longest reigning TPW champion. But until then, I want to pass the baton to you. I want to give you some closing thoughts and anything else you want to plug, share, or say. Well, I put your Instagram up. The floor is yours.
My first words go to Rocky, and they are, I hope you have fun with your little mystery box opponent. Because whoever it is, just like everyone else you've put in my way, line them up. I knock them down. As far as this title goes, you heard what I said. I didn't stutter. That record is mine, and I mean that. If Comatose is the one that wants to cut me short and cash in, great. Takes a loss to become a 2-time champion, and that's all that means to me at that point. As far as EPW goes, this is the company that's clearly for me and will be mine at the end of this week. Nathaniel Rage, well, if he even shows up, considering how scared of AJ Harrison he is, I just have to take down the bald man himself, and then the company is mine. Seems like a pretty easy task. As far as the check goes, I thank you for your 6 out of 10 hospitality. Like I said, the food, gonna stay away from it. I think I'll find some other sustainable ways to get my nutrients here. But I mean, this is the war that I needed to be the front line of. I needed to be the one to carry the flag for TPW, and I think we've done just that. I think Comatose and I were the right guys to pick, and I don't think CPW understood what they were getting involved with. Rocky, you did your own thing and held down the floor against KSK. And I mean, I think you do that in the booking world and not just in the ring itself. I think when you look at the product, I mean, I gave CPW the credit. They've got some great talent and they've got some great stories going on over there, but TPW is the cream of the crop. And I mean, there's one reason for that.
Hey, listen, you're the man that's on top, and TPW is the company on top in promo wrestling, and you're a big part of it. And Rocky, listen, he does it all. I don't know how this man does it, but I'll tell you what, TPW's got a big pay-per-view coming up in 2 weeks, and we're going to certainly have some coverage, I'm sure, about it. And if you are here, please follow Mr. Divine on Instagram. We'll give you this physical copy when we're off the air. And I am also reminded before we sign off, Mr. Harrison wants to say that he will supply you the food. He's got you, Dario Divine. And I'm just going to say it before we go. You say everything's good, but no Comatose, no Jerry Main in sight. Maybe they'll make up for it. Maybe they'll have something to say about it.
Maybe.
You know what? I just know that AJ Harrison was here tonight, and that's going to certainly make me think, wow, he was here, but your tag team partner and the man that is the glue of the enterprise wasn't. But I guess we'll see. We'll certainly see what happens. Time will tell. I have no doubt you guys will be back here in the next few weeks.
He just became 4-time BYW interpromotional champion. I'm sure he's still celebrating. I mean, I said I was going to stay in my hotel room, but that doesn't mean he's not in the streets to check. That's probably where he is.
I heard their nightlife is pretty good over there.
Yeah, it's
Not out my
almost.
window.
I don't know if it's quite like Amsterdam, but maybe close enough. But nevertheless,
I
yeah.
had to take care of business of KSK, and I simply went back to headquarters here in Texas, and I had to get started on next week's card. Unfortunately, I didn't get to find out how good the nightlife is over there, but I heard
No.
that it's good.
Fortunately, you
Heard that
got
it's
to go
good.
home. You're fortunate.
Well, it's not Amsterdam then. Which there's a Van Halen video where they're in Amsterdam, and let's just say there's stuff that I can't say on here. But maybe go watch a previous Anthony Steele episode. But nevertheless, we are very honored to have had the man that runs TPW, the mothership of promo wrestling. That is Mr. Rocky himself. I want to thank AJ Harrison, who is here, the EPW General Manager and the TPW United States Champion, the Dawn of Combat, and also the man, the myth, the legend, who finally, long overdue, made his way to Sportswire. It doesn't matter how he got here. He's here, and it's his day. It's the Loverboy, Dario Divine, that reigning defending TPW champion. Also, he was a TPW Rumble winner. He's held Tag Team Championship gold here. Also, EPW Hardcore 90-day champion, 92nd champion, and also Tag Team champion. And thank you, everybody, here for tuning in. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, with all music and wrestling matters. If you're here on Sportswire Radio, please hit the sub button for us. Please follow TPW. Most importantly, please follow Dario Divine. And I'll be back here tomorrow night. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one Global Radio. This is Sportswire Radio, where all music and wrestling matters. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.